Do you want to save $10,000 on a brand new Model S or X? Tesla has just announced two brand new versions of the Model S and X. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Richard, and this is Rich on Track. I recently had the chance to race against both a Model S Plaid and a Model X Plaid. Here's a quick preview. Woo! Oh my God, those Plaids are insane. Here we go, Plaid Model X. Oh man, he's so fast. 0 to 60. So make sure you subscribe so you can check out that video when I post it very soon. I've been driving electric vehicles since 2016 and I have a huge passion for Teslas and EVs in general. So if you're interested in finding out more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Now let's get into the news. Tesla has announced a brand new Model S and a brand new Model X at $10,000 less than their long-range counterparts. These are standard range variants of the Model S and X that are software locked. This allows Tesla to offer Model S and X at a much lower price point to get new customers in. Model S and Model X have some pretty awesome features when you compare them to the Model 3 and Model Y. You've got more space than their counterparts, as well as things like air suspension, better technology, more screens, more customization options in terms of wheels, interior color choices, as well as I think the Model S and Model X are pretty damn cool. This isn't the first time that Tesla has offered lower priced, software locked vehicles as well. I think it's incredibly smart on Tesla's part to lower the prices and software lock these vehicles to lower range to get new customers in. And just because they're software locked doesn't mean that you can't unlock the full battery with a paid upgrade in the future, which is really good. Let's say for instance, you buy one of these new Model S or Model X's and your commute is 50 miles each way for work. And let's say you end up moving or you just want to unlock that full battery, you can pay Tesla to unlock that full battery for you so that you can get those extended miles. So let's go over the Model S standard range first, and then we'll cover the Model X standard range and compare both of those to the long range versions of those cars. So the Model S standard range comes in at $10,000 less than the long range Model S. And the standard range Model S comes in at an estimated 320 miles versus the 405 miles of the long range. Both the standard range and long range Model S have a top speed of 149 miles an hour. Where you lose out is the 0 to 60 acceleration. The long range Model S has a 0 to 60 time of 3.1 seconds, and the standard range Model S has a 0 to 60 time of 3.7 seconds. Both of those are incredibly quick times, and I feel like if you're going for a cheaper car, you won't really notice or care about the 0.6 seconds 0 to 60 difference. As far as the other options in terms of paint color, interior choices, all those remain the same price. You can add enhanced autopilot for the $6,000 or the full self-drive for $15,000. If it was me personally, I actually would recommend not doing either of these choices because I really like the basic autopilot that comes with the car now. I used to have enhanced autopilot when I got my first Model 3 back in 2018, and I love the features, but to be honest, $6,000 is a lot of money, and I'd much rather save that and upgrade the battery. Sure, you get Navigate on autopilot, which allows the car to change lanes for you as you're on the freeway. You get Auto Park and Summon and Smart Summon, but still, I really recommend saving that $6,000 and putting it towards a bigger battery. The basic autopilot does just fine, and I can change lanes myself for an extra $6,000. The Model S standard range comes in at $78,490 as compared to the $88,490 of the Model S long range. Now, if I had to guess, I would say Tesla is probably going to charge $10,000 if you want to upgrade that battery and take it from 320 miles to the 405 miles of the long range Model S. The Model X standard range comes in at $88,490, whereas the long range Model X comes in at $98,490. The Model X standard range comes in at 269 miles, nice, versus the 348 miles of the long range Model X. And just like with the Model S and Model X, you're losing about 0.6 of a second in the 0 to 60 time. 3.8 on the long range Model X and 4.4 on the standard range Model X. Now, if you're interested in either of these Model S or Model X's and you haven't had a Tesla before, then you would need a home charging solution to charge these cars up, because I think that's the biggest benefit of owning an electric vehicle, is being able to charge at home. Now, previously, Tesla used to include mobile connectors with all of their cars, but now they aren't doing that anymore to cost save. So you can buy a mobile connector for $230 or a wall connector for $475. Personally, I would recommend getting the mobile connector because it's just much cheaper, and you do lose out a little bit in terms of max charging speed per hour because the wall connector can be wired for a larger breaker. But to be honest, I don't think you really need it. I'd much rather save the money here. The mobile connector can charge at 30 miles an hour, whereas the wall connector gives you 44 miles an hour. But if you're charging overnight, your car is going to be able to charge up to the recommended 80% in either of these scenarios, whether you have the mobile connector or the wall connector. Now obviously the wall connector does look much cooler than a mobile connector, so if that's a factor, then choose that. Deliveries for these new standard range Model S and Model X's begin in September, and I'm really curious to see how many of these Tesla actually sells. I think it's incredibly smart of Tesla to offer these vehicles at a lower price point because it allows them to produce more vehicles and to get more cars into customers' hands. Now, when I say it allows Tesla to produce more vehicles, I can't imagine that their production lines are running at full capacity for Model S and X. So this allows Tesla to offer a $10,000 lower price point for Model S and X and also keep their production lines running at higher capacity. And like I said earlier, if you buy one of these cars and you realize, oh, I would like the extra range, you can just pay Tesla to upgrade. And if you're curious about how my Tesla Model 3 Performance does against a Lamborghini on the track,
put me up against the Lambo and see if he wants to race me.
make sure to check out that video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, I'm going to give him a 1 second head start. So as soon as I see him move, I'm going to count 1 Mississippi, and then I'm going to gun it. It should be a close race. Okay, here we go. 1 Mississippi. Ooh, it's close. Ooh, it's going to be real close. Oh!
Tesla's gone. Tesla way out there, hits the brakes, slows down early for 770 to 75 miles an hour.